Oh, hey folks. So this channel, this video is going to be about successes I've had with natural healing, my experience with Western medicine, I guess, and conventional doctors versus natural healing, and the successes I've had with natural healing. So probably my earliest success with natural healing would be with in my early 20s. For whatever reason, I developed a very painful hemorrhoids. My dad had them, and I got them, and very, very painful, very unfun. And had them for a couple of years, and I went to the doctor. They didn't really have didn't have anything for me. Suggested some kind of there was something to put up there to fix it. It didn't really do anything, and they just wash their hands of you. They don't really have a solution. Um, anyway, eventually I was in South Africa. It's a whole nother story. I was in South Africa, and I was walking by a health food store, and I just found myself walking in there, and then there was this supplement on the wall. I remember seeing it, this bag of psyllium husk fiber supplement. And for whatever reason, I was just drawn to that, and I thought, I'm just going to try that. I'm just going to try that. They've been really bothering me on this trip, and I just thought, what the hell? I think I'd read about it before, and I think I tried some fiber supplements in the past, never done anything, but this was my first time using psyllium husk. I just felt, anyway, I might go into another video on that. Things were going on around then. But I just tried it, and literally took that psyllium husk, and the next day it was gone. Like no pain, no problem. And that was really the end of that, just using psyllium husk. I don't need to use psyllium husk anymore. With other things I've done, natural healing things, that just totally got rid of it. So I guess that was my first, what you might call natural healing miracle. Amazing that the doctors don't know about this, don't suggest this, these kind of other things. But that was my first major success. Later on, there was a period in my life where I developed a lot of physical conditions, and developed severe anxiety. I thought I had chronic anxiety before that. I thought my chronic anxiety might have been I don't know, a 7 or 8 out of 10. Then I got this anxiety, and it was on a whole nother level. So my previous anxiety was now like a 2 or a 3 out of 10, and now I was up at an 8 or a 9. It was pretty nasty. I don't really know how to describe it. It was ferocious anxiety. You could feel it not just in the body, around you. It was real difficult to explain, but needless to say, it was very bad. And I suffered from that for a year or two, and I was trying various different programs, veganism and some other things. I'll probably do another video on that sometime. Some of the mistakes I've made on this healing journey, and some of the things I've done which has sent me down wrong paths and so forth. But we're just going to stick with this on this video. And at the time, I was doing natural hygiene, and part of natural hygiene is the thing of you skip breakfast. I've done some veganism where and you basically, natural hygiene is you skip breakfast and you do vegetarian food, all that kind of thing. Anyway, one day I was just on Dr. McCullough's website reading one of his articles. If you don't know who Dr. McCullough is, he's most people in the natural healing community know of him. He's an online doctor. He puts out a lot of good articles, a lot of good research. www.mccullough.com, if you've not heard of him before. He wrote an article, and he was describing a patient of his, and he sounded just like me. This guy was a successful guy. He's running his own business like I was, very able person, eating this all organic vegan diet, exercising, doing all the right things, with just horrible anxiety. And Dr. McCullough is basically saying, you can't do that. You have to eat, if you're going to do that, you have to at least eat animal protein with breakfast. That was his recommendation. So I was pretty desperate at the moment, at that time, and what appealed to me about it was the description of this guy was exactly like me. So I couldn't help but think, is this a message for me? So I immediately did what he said. I just started before I wasn't really eating breakfast, I don't think. So I started eating, or maybe I was eating some salad for breakfast. So I just started adding not even that much protein to my breakfast. Just this Spanish kind of like fancy Spanish, I think it's Serrano ham. I was just dry frying that, so it was a little bit like bacon, adding it into the salad I was doing, and within, I don't know, it was within days, this anxiety was just gone. You know, I probably went back to how my chronic anxiety was before, but this off the scale anxiety was over. It was a miracle, and obviously at the time you're like, damn, maybe this is just a placebo, maybe this isn't going to last and it's going to come back. But I kept in the protein breakfast, never came back. So I tried to write to Dr. McCullough to thank him personally for that miracle, but I couldn't manage to get a message to him. But anyway, that completely, that was that gone. It's never been like that ever since that time. So that was a natural healing miracle I had. Probably the next one was asthma. I had severe asthma. I had it as a child, and then it kind of went away, and I kind of get it sometimes. I'd not had it for several years, and then I got it really bad. Some things were happening in my life, and got this terrible asthma. And the medicine, you know, the usual inhaler that I used to take as a kid, that medicine wasn't really working. It didn't. I seem to remember it just didn't really do anything anymore, which was pretty scary. So I had this asthma. I was like struggling to breathe all the time. Like every breath was an effort. It would get a little bit worse than it was at other times, but every breath took some effort. Managed to sleep at night somehow, even though a lot of nights I had trouble breathing. It was pretty scary sometimes because I thought, you know, the medicine doesn't work. If it gets any worse, you know, I mean, what's going to happen? I mean, basically, a hospital is my only alternative. And one night it did get so bad, I did actually decide to go to the ER. But ironically, by the time I got to the ER and was seen, it actually the worst of it had passed. Anyway, so basically got food allergy tested by an advanced, I guess you call him functional medicine doctor, a guy called Dr. Keys down in East Grinstead. He gave me a very comprehensive, very expensive food allergy test. They take your blood and then they test the antibodies in the blood, how they react to certain foods. And I had a lot of allergies to foods. It doesn't really matter what they are. There's no point in going into it here. Obviously, all the usual offenders, gluten, dairy, eggs being the main ones. And he just said, okay, just come off all that. And I did that, and the asthma was gone. so that was another natural healing miracle. Again, went to the doctor on the asthma. Oh, here's your asthma spray. That doesn't work. Well, we don't know what to do for you. So that was another natural healing miracle I had. Trying to think if there's any others. I have had some other smaller ones, but they're the major ones. Probably the most recent one I've had from my nutritional balancing program I'm doing now would be fatigue, chronic fatigue. My energy levels are a lot higher than they used to be. But yeah, just wanted to share those successes to show that you can have some big improvements with natural healing. I've had them. I'm just trying to fully get rid of everything else, and some of the other videos I'll share what I'm doing on that to fully resolve what I've got left.